Everybody. It's so nice to be here on a Sunday afternoon. I hope everybody's doing great out there. I've decided I'm going to change my whole attitude that every day above ground is just great. No matter who we are, and as long as our loved ones are healthy, then it's a great day. We need to just start really focusing on the good that's going on out there instead of the bad. And that's easy for me to say and hard for me to do. So, and they always say we teach what we most need to learn. And I've often thought about that because it's true. The few times in my life that I have been blessed enough to be the teacher, whether it was standing up in church talking and I'm talking about a religious science church, are just teaching a class on dream interpretation or whatever our chakra balancing, whatever I was working on at that time is what I most needed to learn and go back over, because every time I open my mouth up and start talking to other people and trying to help them, things came through to me that I needed to learn or relearn. Let's put it that way. Pay attention to. Like my dear friend Ann Perrier says, wake up and stay awake. So, probably like the rest of you, I've been trying to go to sleep. I like to sleep for the next 90 days. And see what ends up coming of all this, but that's not, we just have to embrace every wonderful minute we get and bless others and try not to be too judgmental. That's my hardest thing. I've got a little bit of arthritis in my hands, and which isn't a whole lot for my age, but I don't think I would have that. That's from being judgmental. It's where arthritis comes from. So, and then I want to and I want to give a shout out to Linda G, because she gave me a shout out today, and it made me feel so good. And she just said Lynn Tarot. She didn't say Lynn Tarot Readings, but I knew she was talking about me because her and I had been we had been text messaging back and forth right before that. So anyway, I want to thank her and bless her and let her know how blessed I feel because she mentioned me, because it always helps my channel when she mentions me. And I just really look up to her and admire her and feel like that she's there for the right reason, to help others. And also, I don't know if I'll be able to get it up right away, or because it's a new experience for me, but me and Becca from House of Leonard we're going to share a video tomorrow. It won't be a live video because it's my first attempt to work with another person, and who knows where I'll be going with that. But anyway, I'm real excited about it, and I think she's really great, and I also feel really blessed because she wants, is going to let me do this with her, or whatever, has invited me to do this with her. And she's really great too. And I'm feeling very blessed today. I just want everybody to know that. And another thing, I had mentioned on my last video that I was going to be doing this video with Becca and to send questions. And I got more questions than I have ever gotten, and they were so fascinating, some of them. And I want to thank all my people that send in questions. You guys are so great, and I really appreciate it. And some of them were just totally from off the wall, which was great, because right now I just get so tired of just the crap thrown up against the wall that's got all of our minds going and everybody thinking on it. It's really anyway, it's good it's good to hear some other points of view. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to talk anymore. We're going to do this quick. So I'm going to put my glasses on here so I can read this. I probably don't need my glasses on because there's a lot of light here tonight. This afternoon. It's not even nighttime and I'm doing a video. Isn't that wonderful? And this one is from Patricia Ray. And she wanted to know if the judge and the family where the son was killed, and I'm not sure what happened. The husband went to the hospital. I don't know if he ended up dying or not because I don't remember a follow-up on that. But she wanted to know, did Barr or Trump have anything to do with it? And this is from Patricia Ray sent me in this question. So let's see. Did Barr or Trump have anything to do with this guy coming to her house, ringing her doorbell, mutilating her family, and then going home and supposedly committing suicide? Who knows? Could have been another one of those deals where you go do this and we'll pay you, and you go do it and you end up getting killed for it. So she wants to know if Trump or Barr have anything to do with that. So let's see. And that would have been something to do with the Epstein case, and when I mentioned him and Ghislaine, Epi and Ghislaine. So I want to cut these one more time. So let's see, did they have anything to do with it? Let's see what's on the bottom. Well, it looks like it might have been something that was planned, and we're asking about them, so they could have had something to do with it. I'm going to take 2 off the top. Could have had something to do with Ghislaine. Definitely have family money coming down from on high. A lot of money behind this. It could have been, I'm asking about Trump and Barr, but this looks like a yes. I should have, but money definitely coming from heavy sources. Maybe even more countries involved. Well, the influence and obstacle over this is the fallen tower. So I really feel like we're going to find out. If they did have something to do with this, it may take, I'm hearing 4. It may take at least 4 years, but it will come out eventually. Eventually. That they had something to do with this. This is just for fun. This is tarot for fun and entertainment. And it's just card reading, but it looks like the influence was there. I just went through all these and straightened them out first. And the foundation of this is the 9 of Wands, but it's upside down. And I'm going to take it this way because I just went through and straightened all these cards. Or, well, whatever, to the best of my knowledge. Obviously I didn't, or it wouldn't come out upside down. So we got the 9 of Wands here for the foundation in the 3rd house. So, I feel like this is definitely going to end up putting somebody in jail someday. But I think it's upside down because there's going to be a delay. It's going to be delayed because the information won't come out for a while. But when it does, it's just going to pull a lot of heat down on just a couple of people who will end up in jail for it. Well, I said, what did I do? Straighten all those out and then flip them over? Maybe I did. Let me turn them around again. There was a lot of arguments about this before it happened between the people planning it. Some just said absolutely not. Some says we have to do something. Some says, well, we just want to scare them. Only a few were in on the real plan. But that's why this is going to come to the surface, because a lot more people know what happened here than we think. It's not all as big a secret as we think it was. We thought it, or at least I thought it was probably a total secret. In the sky, we got the Two of Cups, so there was definitely a deal made. There was a deal made to do this. Yes, there was. And it's two people. Could be in both. They're trying to get as far away from this as they can, because they're realizing now that they just rushed in there too quick. Whoever planned this, whoever set it up, they rushed in there too quick and they left too much evidence. I feel like they just left things out in the open that shouldn't have been left in the open. That's why it's going to come back to them. That's why their house is going to go down for it, even if it takes a while. It was done as a warning to help protect families of the rich and powerful all over the world. And there's some really evil energy behind it. They just do not want the truth to come out about what really went on. They just don't want the truth out about all the children involved. I'm saying children because probably children clear down to whatever, very young ages, a lot younger than we can even comprehend. They're already worried about this coming out. I said too many people knew about it. So they're worried about the truth getting out about this. So keep your ears open and stuff, because there might be hints of this coming through before we even realize it. And I don't know why, but I feel like this. The minute I looked at it, all I could think of was Barr, and I hadn't really even been thinking about him that much in this reading, although it's on him and Trump. He's worried about this. Maybe that's what's going to make him sick, because I don't think he's well. Maybe that's why he's looking so sad or so bad or so unhealthy or whatever, but Barr is worried about this. So anyway, that's what the cards are saying about that, and can't hardly misconstrue them that much. They were pretty out there. Surprised me. So, and then the next question was, I love these brilliant cards. I got other ones here, but I just love reading with them. They're nice and bright, and I like bright things. You can tell by looking at my house how much I like bright things. Bright, shiny objects, just like a little kid. So, well, the next one is from Renee Smith. And that's from, yeah, Renee Smith, and she wants to know if Trump and Pence are working on cheating to mail-in votes in Florida. And I'm pretty sure what she meant by that, what I felt like she was trying to ask is, and it was really funny because I hadn't thought of it. I just thought like United States overall. But no, they're going to try to, I don't know, I haven't read on it yet, but I think what this is asking, are they going to repress the votes in some states and let them go through in other states? Otherwise, they're slowing down, crippling the post office, in the blue states, but not so in what they think will be the red states. And Trump's already telling everybody to vote for Mel in Florida, so let's see. Is Florida going to be different? Is Florida going? They're asking for Florida specifically, and they're thinking of cheating on the mail-in votes in Florida. Maybe it's just the way they get counted or something. Maybe they're going to throw all the Democratic ones. But are they going to cheat on the mail-in votes in Florida? Are they going to cheat on the mail-in votes in Florida? Are they going to cheat on the mail-in votes in Florida? Are they going to cheat on the mail-in votes in Florida? Are they going to cheat on the mail-in votes in Florida? Well, we got an upside down Biden right in the middle. It looks like they're gonna, if they're not gonna cheat, they're sure as hell trying to. Huh. And the influence over this is they're working hard at it already because they're really worried about Florida because it's got a lot of electoral votes. So they're working on it really hard already. Let's just hope that the Dems do something about it. I don't even think they're going to call this guy in from the post office for 3 months or something. Why don't they just send him a subpoena tomorrow and say, yeah, you be here or we're going to go get you and arrest you. They have the power. They know they've got the power now. And if they don't follow this through, they're being negligent about it. I mean, I know they're worried about getting this bill through, but that's not going anywhere. They should be able to walk and chew gum. They're smart enough to be in the Senate and in the House. They should be able to do two things at once, so they need to get him in there right away. So anyway, yeah, it looks like they're going to try to. This is really weird, but the foundation of this situation, I think where they got the original idea to pull something like this in Florida might have been from Ivanka. Even though she comes across just cold and almost stupid from some of the things she says and some of the things she does in her position, she's still a conniving little bee. So it looks like they might have originally came up with the idea from her. First they were thinking, well, this is months ago, we couldn't get away with this because they were having trouble making the decision to start with. But then they decided, yeah, that could win them the whole election if they take Florida, that was worth cheating over. No, they're not cheating over everything, but we got Florida in there. Pull some of these down a little bit so they're in the film. They're still making deals and figuring this out. They got people working on this, making deals, shaking hands, probably paying money. I haven't seen a money card here yet, but Some people are going to end up going to jail for this before it's over. Maybe not to jail, but they're going to end up in lots and lots of trouble and some kind of litigation over it. Because he's mentioned Florida already, and already saying that Florida's safe to vote by mail and none of these others are, there's going to be a lot of checks, a lot of people trying to figure out what's going on in Florida, what he's doing in Florida. And yeah, it's brought attention to it. Their hopes and fears is this could change the outcome, but there's something they're doing wrong. This hangman is upside down. They think maybe they can delay it, maybe hold up the votes like they did when Bush got in there. There's something going on there, but it's not going to work for them like they think it is, because that's the hangman upside down. And this is a plan being made in a dark place, and there's money being exchanged. So there is money involved. Not tons and tons of money, but there's money involved. Maybe they're telling them to do it for the home team. Who knows? But that's what's going on there. So one more here. This is Donna Hensley. She wants to know, how will Trump supporters react when he's beaten in the election? But I'm afraid to read those cards, but let's do it. Let's see. We're going to use even the same deck here. I'm usually switching decks around. I'm going to use the same one. I'm being told to use this one. So how are Trump supporters going to react when they find out that they've lost the election? This is what I need to do with Becca tomorrow, too, to get a really good picture of this, see if we can get a picture of it. So how are Trump supporters going to act when they find out that he's lost the election? And this is Donna Hensley asking this question. How are Trump supporters going to act when they find out he's losing the election, that he's lost the election? Nothing like having to deal with a lot of tyrants, especially, I don't know. I'm still thinking of what I asked my friend across the way from me right after this election. I said, what are you going to do when we never have another fair election or even an election? And that was right after, the day after Trump was elected, and she looked at me like I was crazy. And I'm sure she thought I was. Well, we got justice on the bottom. That's good. That's really good. Hope justice comes through this. I'm going to cut these cards one more time, and then we're going to start. Okay, so how will Trump supporters react? Well, we all know they've had their head up their ass, so I got the Hermit here. Doesn't look like they're going to look at the facts, I wouldn't say, but they're looking deeper. Maybe they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do. Maybe there's a plan being hatched. I don't know what the Hermit's doing there between you and me. Well, they're definitely going to come rushing in. They don't need any facts. So this could be the lost election. This, them rushing in with right away without doing any investigative work to see that, yes, he did. Smoke screens. We knew this was coming. This is the foundation of the whole reading. Illusion, delusion. Smoke screening it. They're already thinking about how they can mix the message up and confuse people. I don't know if this is Rebecca Mercer or what's going on here, but a woman with a lot of money is involved in this some way. We'll just put it that way. Involved in trying to blur this decision. They're going to put out a lot of misinformation. The world's going to know it's misinformation. The environment around it, there's going to be a lot of money spent to confuse and delude. Confusion and delusion. They're going to say that they won, even though they know they didn't. They're going to keep saying they won. But the sun's going to shine on this, so that means it's not going to work. It is not going to work. There's no way. No matter how hard they try to change the message, say they won, how much money they put into it, they're not going to be able to delude the people enough. It's going to be like a landslide. They're not going to be able to get away with this. It's going to be like a landslide. So that's not going to work, no matter how hard they try. Me and Beck are going to do a reading tomorrow. Hopefully, if it turns out, I'll get it up tomorrow night, or she will, whoever puts it up. And I just want to thank everybody for watching and everybody who's joined the channel. And if you haven't, please subscribe. And I'm going to thank Linda G one more time for mentioning me. That was so sweet of her. And everybody. And I also want to thank my friend Mark Rhodes, because he keeps edging me onward, because sometimes I just want to give this up, and he like calls me on the phone and nudges me and gives me confidence. So I want to thank him, and all the rest of you too. I mean, and the ones that's donated, the ones that's got readings. I did 2 or 3 readings this week. I loved them. That's Lynn Tarot. Somebody asked me, how do you pronounce that? I think they were trying to bring it to my attention that I didn't pronounce it right, which I know. I spell it because I want people to be able to find me when they go to email me. But it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Night all. Love ya.